Welcome back, everyone. Today we're talking about the Australia Elizabeth 10-cent coin, a small yet iconic piece that carries a big part of Australia's history. Its timeless design, royal portrait, and symbolic imagery have made it a favorite among collectors, proving that even the simplest coin can hold incredible value and meaning. First coin. The 1966 Australia Elizabeth II 10-cent coin holds a special place in the history of Australian currency, marking the nation's transition to decimal coinage. Collectors around the world view this coin not just as a piece of circulating money, but as an artifact of national change and craftsmanship. Its appeal lies in its vintage status, intricate design, and the significance of being part of Australia's first decimal issue. Although millions were struck for circulation, certain varieties, especially those in pristine mint state condition or with notable errors, have become highly desirable treasures for numismatists today. Introduced during the Great Decimal Currency Reform of 1966, this 10-cent coin replaced the old shilling under a new system that aligned Australia's money with global decimal standards. The coin was struck by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra and symbolized modernization and progress for the nation. It featured the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin, representing the enduring link between Australia and the Commonwealth. The reverse design, created by Stuart Devlin, depicted a lyrebird, an iconic native species admired for its elegance and its ability to mimic sounds. This artistic combination of royalty and wildlife became emblematic of Australia's evolving identity in the mid-20th century. What makes this coin particularly fascinating is its detailed craftsmanship. On the obverse, Queen Elizabeth II's youthful effigy stands out sharply, framed by the inscription, Elizabeth II Australia 1966. The reverse captures the lyrebird with remarkable intricacy, its tail feathers gracefully spread in a circular pattern that fills the entire field. The coin was struck in copper-nickel alloy, weighing 5.65 grams and measuring 23.6 millimeters in diameter, durable enough for circulation, yet elegant enough to attract artistic admiration. When found in uncirculated or proof-like quality, the coin's luster and sharp details bring out the beauty of Devlin's original design. Rarity plays a central role in determining the value of the 1966 Elizabeth 10-cent coin. While standard circulation pieces are common, rare varieties such as those struck on misaligned planchets, double strikes, or coins missing design details command strong premiums. Another rare find is the 1966 10-cent coin struck on a silver planchet intended for another denomination, an extraordinary minting error that collectors prize highly. Additionally, coins that have survived in brilliant uncirculated BU or proof condition, particularly those preserved in original mint sets, are far scarcer than their circulated counterparts. The difference in value between a circulated coin and a gem-quality example can be dramatic. In today's market, a standard 1966 Elizabeth II 10-cent coin in circulated condition may only be worth its face value, but rare error types or near-perfect uncirculated specimens can fetch between $850 and $4,300, depending on grading and demand. Coins certified by professional services such as PCGS or NGC tend to sell for higher amounts, as collectors place great trust in authenticated and graded examples. Market trends over the past few years have shown steady growth in interest for early decimal issues, especially those that represent the beginning of a new era in Australian coinage. As a result, the 1966 10-cent has maintained consistent value appreciation in numismatic circles. For collectors seeking to add this piece to their collection, careful attention to detail is key. Examining the sharpness of the strike, luster, and surface marks can help distinguish a high-grade specimen from an average one. It's also important to confirm authenticity, especially when purchasing higher-value examples or known error coins. Storing the coin in an airtight capsule or slab can prevent tarnish, while maintaining a stable environment free from humidity ensures long-term preservation. Attending coin shows or reputable online auctions often provides the best opportunities to find premium examples at fair market value. The enduring charm of the 1966 Elizabeth II 10-cent coin lies not only in its historical importance, but also in its artistic grace and collectability. It stands as a tangible reminder of Australia's journey from traditional British currency to a fully independent decimal system. With its elegant design, strong collector demand, and connection to a transformative national milestone, the coin continues to inspire fascination among enthusiasts. For both new collectors and experienced investors, the 1966 10-cent coin remains a shining example of how beauty, history, and rarity combine to create true numismatic value. Next coin. The 1967 Australia Elizabeth II 10-cent coin, a small but fascinating piece of history that continues to intrigue collectors around the world. While this coin might look ordinary at first glance, especially when found in dirty or heavily circulated condition, its true story goes much deeper. Beneath the surface grime lies a coin that marks the second year of Australia's transition into a modern decimal system, a transformation that reshaped the nation's currency and forever changed its numismatic legacy. The year 1967 was a significant one for Australia's coinage history. It came right after the monumental 1966 decimal currency changeover, when the country moved away from the British pound system to a fully decimalized one. The 1967 10-cent coin continued this new chapter, serving both as a symbol of national progress and a continuation of a fresh monetary identity. Minted by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, these coins were produced in large numbers to meet circulation demand across the country. However, as production ramped up, subtle differences, die varieties, and early production inconsistencies emerged, giving collectors a range of pieces to study, categorize, and appreciate. Today, these small variations make the 1967 issue stand out as more than just an ordinary coin from the 1960s. Turning to the coin's design, the obverse features the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by the British artist Arnold Machin. It's a youthful depiction of the Queen, wearing a tiara, her gaze calm and dignified, a portrait that became a defining image on Commonwealth coins of the era. Surrounding her are the inscriptions Elizabeth II and Australia 1967, marking both the nation and the date of minting. On the reverse, the artwork by Stuart Devlin showcases the lyrebird, one of Australia's most iconic native creatures, known for its exceptional ability to mimic sounds. The lyrebird is presented in mid-display, its tail feathers beautifully spread. Even when covered in age and dirt, the details of Devlin's intricate lines can often still be seen faintly, a testament to the craftsmanship behind this classic design. What makes the 1967 10-cent coin particularly fascinating is how condition dramatically affects its rarity. While millions were struck for circulation, very few have survived in top condition today. Most examples, especially those found in circulation or discovered in old drawers, are dirty, worn, or heavily marked from decades of handling. The combination of exposure, moisture, and circulation has left many with dull surfaces or dark oxidation. Yet, among these common coins, uncirculated and proof-like examples stand out sharply, showing the crisp details and brilliant luster that reveal their original minting beauty. Collectors often find joy in restoring or carefully cleaning dirty examples to reveal their hidden quality, though doing so improperly can sometimes reduce their value. The 1967 issue holds a special place among collectors who specialize in early Australian decimal coins. While it's not a key rarity like some earlier silver issues, it has become a cornerstone for anyone building a full decimal-era collection. Its role in representing Australia's early years of modernization, along with its distinct lyrebird design, has made it one of the most recognized and studied coins of the series. Enthusiasts often seek this coin as part of a complete run from 1966 onward, valuing the 1967 version for its transitional charm and its position within the formative decade of Australia's decimal coinage evolution. In terms of market value, the 1967 Australia Elizabeth II 10-cent coin can vary widely depending on condition and type. A dirty, circulated example might not fetch much more than its face value, but coins in near mint or brilliant uncirculated condition often bring significant premiums. Particularly clean and well-struck specimens, certified by grading services like PCGS or NGC, can command between $700 and $3,900 in today's collector market. Error coins, such as off-center strikes, planchet flaws, or missing details, can also exceed these figures, especially when paired with full mint luster or original tunning. The growing appreciation for Australia's first decades of decimal coinage has kept prices strong and stable, with high-grade pieces steadily increasing in demand over the years. For those interested in collecting, patience and careful observation are key. Look for coins with clear definition on the lyrebird's feathers and minimal wear on the queen's hair and tiara. These are signs of a higher-grade piece. Coins should ideally be kept in airtight holders or slabs to prevent further oxidation, especially if they were found in dirty or corroded condition. Always handle them with soft gloves to preserve what luster remains, and if cleaning is necessary, it should only be done by a professional. Searching through inherited coin collections, estate sales, or reputable online numismatic marketplaces is often the best way to discover a well-preserved example. Ultimately, the 1967 Australia Elizabeth II 10-cent coin remains a remarkable symbol of Australia's shift into a new age of currency and design. Even when found in worn, dirty form, it carries with it decades of history and the enduring charm of a bygone era. Its combination of accessibility, artistry, and increasing value potential makes it a rewarding addition for both beginner and veteran collectors alike. As we move forward in our series, stay tuned, because the next coin we'll explore holds a story that's even more surprising and possibly even more valuable. Third coin, the 1968 Australia Elizabeth II 10-cent coin. Though it may seem like an ordinary piece of change to the untrained eye, this particular issue carries layers of history, rarity, and subtle design brilliance that make it one of the most desirable pieces for serious collectors. Its significance has grown over the years, not just for its place in the early years of decimal coinage, but also for the fascinating varieties and minting peculiarities that set it apart. Collectors worldwide recognize it as a small yet mighty treasure that continues to draw attention in auctions and numismatic forums alike. The 1968 issue came just 2 years after Australia transitioned to the decimal currency system in 1966, a major shift that replaced the old pounds, shillings, and pence system with a simpler dollar-based standard. This was a transformative moment in Australian monetary history, and the early decimal coins from the late 1960s hold a special place because they capture the essence of that national change. The 10-cent coin, bearing the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Arnold Machin, was minted at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, with some trial strikes and minting refinements occurring during these early years. 1968 also marked a time when the Royal Mint was still perfecting the dies and adjusting to mass decimal production, a process that occasionally led to subtle variations that later became prized by collectors. The coin itself is a small masterpiece of mid-century design. The obverse features the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Machin, whose portrayal was used across many Commonwealth nations during that period. The reverse, designed by Stuart Devlin, displays an intricate image of a male lyrebird standing on a branch, symbolizing Australia's rich wildlife and natural elegance. Struck in copper-nickel, the coin weighs 5.65 grams and measures 23.6 millimeters in diameter. The craftsmanship and attention to fine detailing make even circulated examples attractive, while coins that retain their original mint luster show an impressive depth and sheen rarely matched by later issues. What truly makes the 1968 10-cent coin stand out, however, is its rarity in superior condition and the presence of certain varieties. While millions were minted for circulation, only a very small number survived in pristine, uncirculated form. Some coins are known to exhibit die cracks, off-center strikes, or subtle variations in the rim thickness, all of which elevate their rarity status. In particular, proof-like strikes and examples showing mirror-like surfaces are among the hardest to find. Coins graded in MS65 and above by major grading services like PCGS or NGC command strong premiums due to their scarcity and collector demand. In terms of market value, this coin's worth has steadily risen as more collectors turn their attention toward early decimal issues. A high-grade 1968 Australia Elizabeth II 10-cent coin can sell anywhere between $1,200 and $4,700, depending on its condition and specific variety. Error coins, especially those with striking flaws, double rims, or die misalignments, have fetched even higher prices in specialized sales. Collectors appreciate these not only for their rarity, but also for the story they tell about the evolving minting techniques of the era. As interest in Australian numismatics continues to grow globally, these early decimal coins are increasingly viewed as undervalued treasures with solid investment potential. For those interested in adding this coin to their collection, careful attention to detail is key. Always inspect the portrait and the lyrebird's feathers for signs of wear, and check for strong, even rims, indicators of a well-preserved piece. Certified grading provides added assurance of authenticity and condition, and collectors are encouraged to seek coins that have been encapsulated by recognized grading companies. When possible, purchasing from reputable dealers, established coin fairs, or trusted online numismatic marketplaces can help ensure the authenticity of the piece. Proper storage, ideally in airtight holders or capsules, will protect the coin from tarnish and environmental damage, preserving its value for decades. The 1968 10-cent coin's charm lies not just in its silver-tone beauty, but in the story it tells, a story of a young nation embracing modernity while honoring its traditions. Each coin serves as a tangible link to Australia's economic transformation and reflects the precision and artistry of its minting heritage. The devotion to quality seen in the coin's design continues to impress collectors, while its limited high-grade availability makes it a cornerstone for serious numismatic portfolios. In closing, the 1968 Australia Elizabeth II 10-cent coin remains a symbol of craftsmanship, history, and enduring value. Whether admired for its intricate lyrebird design, its association with the early decimal years, or its increasing rarity in top condition, this coin captures a moment in time that continues to resonate with collectors today. For those fortunate enough to find one in exceptional preservation, especially a certified gem, it's not merely a piece of metal but a reflection of Australia's numismatic legacy, worth every bit of its $4,700 price tag, and perhaps more as the years go by. Last coin. The Australia Elizabeth II 10-cent coin from 1978 holds a quiet but enduring fascination among collectors, particularly those who appreciate coins that tell the story of a nation's evolving identity. While it may seem like a simple piece of everyday currency, this coin represents a crucial period in Australia's decimal coinage history, a time when precision, craftsmanship, and design quality reflected the growing maturity of the Royal Australian Mint. Even in a very dirty and circulated condition, This coin carries historical weight and numismatic character, with many collectors drawn to its symbolic design and connection to a transformative era in Australian coinage. Its subtle artistry, combined with its rarity and high-grade conditions, makes it an appealing find in any coin collection, even when discovered through everyday circulation or inherited from older collections. Minted during a stable yet transitional phase in Australian currency production, the 1978 issue stands out as part of the second decade of decimal coinage following the major shift in 1966. This period saw improvements in minting technology, resulting in sharper strikes and more consistent metal quality. The Royal Australian Mint, located in Canberra, was fully operational by this time and responsible for producing all circulating 10-cent coins. While no special commemorations marked this particular issue, 1978 was a year of steady production and refinement, ensuring that coins met the country's growing economic demands while maintaining their aesthetic standards. The coin also reflects Australia's continued pride in showcasing national symbols that resonate with its wildlife and heritage, solidifying its place in the modern history of Australian money. The design of the 1978 Australia Elizabeth 10-cent coin continues to captivate collectors for its beauty and detail. On the obverse, it bears the second definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, which portrays the Queen with a regal yet graceful demeanor, an image recognized across the Commonwealth during that time. The reverse, designed by Stuart Devlin, features one of the most iconic symbols of Australian wildlife, the male lyrebird, elegantly poised with its fan-tail feathers in full display. Devlin's design is celebrated for its fine linework and intricate depth, turning what could have been a simple motif into a work of miniature sculpture. The coin is composed of copper nickel, weighing 5.65 grams with a diameter of 23.6 millimeters, and its edge is reeded, typical of 10-cent coins of the period. Even in dirty or heavily circulated states, the artistry remains visible, reminding collectors of the level of craftsmanship that defined Australia's minting during the 1970s. When it comes to rarity, the 1978 issue may not initially appear scarce due to the large mintage for general circulation. However, true rarity is found in condition and presentation. Most of these coins were used heavily in daily transactions, meaning that very few have survived in uncirculated or near-mint states. Coins that remain free from major scratches, wear, or discoloration are increasingly difficult to locate. In addition, certain minting varieties, such as weak strikes or die-fill errors, are known to exist and can significantly raise the coin's desirability among specialized collectors. Finding a 1978 10-cent coin that retains sharp detail and full mint luster is a challenge, which is precisely why examples in such conditions command strong prices at auctions and private sales. Collectors are drawn to the 1978 Australia Elizabeth 10-cent coin not just for its design or historical context, but because it stands as a testament to the enduring quality of Australian minting. Within the broader series of decimal coins, the 10-cent denomination holds a special place for its consistent design and national symbolism. This particular year is favored by collectors who seek to complete full-date runs of Australian decimal coins, and it also serves as an excellent study piece for those learning about mid-20th century minting standards. The coin's mix of historical relevance, fine design, and rarity in high grades makes it an underappreciated gem within the numismatic community, offering collectors both aesthetic satisfaction and investment potential. In today's market, the value of the 1978 Australia Elizabeth 10-cent coin varies widely based on its preservation and appearance. In well-circulated and dirty condition, it may hold modest collector interest, but in high-grade or uncirculated form, it can fetch between $1,000 and $4,300, depending on certification and eye appeal. Proof-like examples, though rare, can sell for even more in specialized numismatic circles. Coins graded MS-65 or higher are particularly scarce and command strong premiums due to the difficulty of finding well-struck examples from this period. Market demand has steadily increased in recent years as collectors focus on early decimal issues, recognizing their growing historical and aesthetic importance. The 1978 issue, with its limited supply of high-grade survivors, continues to gain traction among both domestic and international buyers. For collectors seeking to acquire a 1978 10-cent coin, attention to detail is essential. Always examine the lyrebird's feathers and the queen's hairline for clarity and definition. These are the first areas to show wear. Look for examples with even color and minimal surface damage, and consider professional grading to ensure authenticity and value. Proper storage in airtight holders or coin capsules is important to prevent further tarnish or corrosion, especially for coins found in dirty or aged conditions. Auctions, reputable dealers, and established numismatic forums remain the best sources for acquiring genuine and well-preserved examples. Collectors often emphasize patience, as waiting for the right coin in the right condition can significantly enhance long-term satisfaction and investment potential. The Australia Elizabeth II 10-cent coin from 1978 stands as a beautiful reminder of the craftsmanship and consistency that defined Australian minting in the late 20th century. Its artistry, history, and increasing rarity make it a truly rewarding coin to own. Whether found in circulation or added to a curated collection, it represents both the durability of design and the pride of a nation. For many collectors, it's more than just a coin. It's a piece of history worth cherishing. And as we move ahead, stay tuned for our next exploration into another fascinating Australian coin that might just be hiding in your change jar, waiting to be discovered.